I have these 14 practices for inner health and well-being. And practice number 7 says, I release all people and things from the responsibility of making me happy. My happiness belongs to me. That is my work to do. And then I step into relationship. And if the people that I am in relationship with, from intimate mates to families to friends, if they are coming to the table doing their work, then neither one of us is setting the other one up for failure, because no one can make me happy. I'm Tina Lifford, and I play Aunt Vi on the critically acclaimed television drama Queen Sugar. My views on love continue to be shaped daily. It started with watching television and seeing ideas that I loved, watching my mother and father's relationship and seeing the parts of it that I loved and the parts of it that I didn't. It started with me having a feeling that there was something more to be experienced, and then searching for ways to align with that sense of possibility that lived inside of me, and then seeing ways in which my ego either supported that or got in the way. So I am always, always, always using everything in front of me to get to a greater, deeper sense of love. Things that scared me more in the past than they scare me today, but all of it has a sense of vulnerability and risk. The part of love that can be scary is when to truly step into a deeper level of intimacy, you must risk letting someone know your most vulnerable place. But what's beautiful about sharing that most vulnerable place is discovering that when you honor your own vulnerability, you can't always be sure that other people are going to honor it the way you want them to, but you can always take ownership of yourself and take care of yourself and honor you in the attempt of being with and having more intimate moments with others. It's important for us to develop a relationship with ourselves that creates the template, the boundaries, the sense of wholeness and possibility that we want in our lives. If we don't have a standard with ourselves, then when we meet up with people who are trying to enter our space, we don't have a barometer to determine if they belong in our space, if they will honor our space. People honor us to the degree that we honor ourselves. A balanced and successful love relationship, and I will actually say a balanced and successful relationship in every area of my life, has to have communication first and foremost. It has to have fun. I want to have fun, I want to laugh, and it has to have respect. If in fact I respect you, if we respect one another, then we can have difficult conversations, and those difficult conversations can grow us. Those difficult conversations can, at the very least, help us to feel at least heard, even if our partner does not necessarily agree with our point of view. Respect, for me, is the beginning of everything. People are absolutely changed by their experiences in love. They're changed by every experience in life. But love comes with such an impact, and love comes with such a sense of risk and vulnerability. that it can change you for the better or the worse depending upon the event. My godmother constantly protected her heart. And so even though she had this wonderful husband whom she loved deeply and dearly, she was always telling him, oh, you know, go find yourself a girlfriend, or discounting his love. And what happened? Because she wasn't honest with how much that man meant to her, when he finally decided that her standard of love did not meet what he was looking for, and he left, she literally was broken. I don't hold people accountable for understanding me. I hold myself accountable for sharing and discussing and allowing people to know what's important to me. When we expect people to automatically know what our needs are and how we feel without being accountable to sharing that, we set ourselves up and we set our partners up for failure, and nobody wants that. When I was younger, I thought love was being with someone all the time and him totally understanding me, getting me, and him, you know, basically being in agreement with me. As I have grown and matured, I know that love comes from me coming to a relationship whole enough within myself that I'm not trying to get everything I need from someone else. I have one expectation, and it is, what's that term? It's a deal breaker. I have to have someone who can communicate and who is willing to stand in a difficult conversation until we both feel that we've heard one another. And also, I'm gonna say that, you know, sexual compatibility is important. It's big. And if in fact your partner doesn't like things that you really, really, really enjoy, then that's not gonna be a great fit. Today I'm single, and a few months ago I was dating someone, a lovely, lovely, lovely human being, a great guy who had a lot of areas in his life that were off limit. And because intimacy and being able to talk about anything is core to me, the fact that he was, you know, had a good job, was good looking, had a social network, those things didn't mean anything to me. What mattered to me was our ability to talk about areas of our lives that clearly he wasn't used to talking about. Today, I am thoroughly and completely 100% me. And I am happiest when I am in relationship with someone who appreciates that. With one of the guys that I dated, I remembered we had gone out to dinner. It was me, a girlfriend, and the man I was dating at the time. And my girlfriend, who is Caribbean, she just kept touching, you know, my mate all the time. And I was constantly noticing that throughout the whole dinner, and it made me very uncomfortable. As me and my boyfriend drove home, everything in me was saying, if this relationship matters, then you have to be vulnerable enough to let him know what's going on. And it was driving me crazy because I wanted to keep that, you know, never let them see you sweat, nothing bothers me face. But everything inside of me was disturbed. Something inside of me yelled and said, you must, and you must do it now. And so when he walked into the bedroom, I turned around and I said, I don't ever want to have to feel at risk, or like my man will ever, ever, ever hit on or have a relationship with one of my girlfriends. And by now, I was so worked up that tears were coming down my face. And what was his response? His response was to look at me with great compassion, walked over to me and hugged me and said, "You will never have to worry about that." And getting to know ourselves is a lifelong journey.